Hello guys, as you can see and as you probably saw when you clicked on the video, today we're doing a draft recap and we're doing it for a brand new league called the Ian World Trophy that will be starting out like first battles are next week and it'll be running until actually the week 2 days before Sword and Shield releases. So it's going to be pretty fun because, you know, I wanted a draft league in the UBL. I will admit I got a bit dissatisfied. I think that's a good word. I was a bit dissatisfied at the end because there was a lot of people that didn't upload and it was a huge bummer, and this league is very focused on people uploading and, you know, interesting things, and we have some interesting people in it too, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just like it's going to, as I said, be running until the start of Generation 8, so that's pretty cool. So we get to, you know, get one last shot at draft league and actually, you know, winning a championship. That it could be fun, I will say. It could be fun, and I think we got a decent team to do it. So this is obviously just like, it's a draft recap. I'm not going to be doing huge analysis on anything. I'm just going to tell you what I picked and why I picked it. But you can see, it says I have 1,000 points. You had like 1,000 points for 11 picks, and they were like tiered between 200 points to 20 points, and then you had megas that could either give or take points. And you basically just, like, you just had to make the math fit. And then you could pick whatever you wanted in that. So it's a pretty free draft, and that is quite fun. But going into this, I had the 7th pick, and you know, it's snake order, so you know, it goes from top to bottom and then back again. And 7th pick, it's okay the first round, it sucks the other rounds. Let's just say like that. Because, like, if you have like one of the end picks, like having one of the first and one of the last, you can get 2 picks close to each other. When you're in the middle, everything's just like, you can get sniped on both sides, and it's rough. Wasn't as rough this time as it was in the UBL draft. If you've seen that, that was rough. But this also had a couple of less fortunate things. But going into this, I, as per usual, did not know what I wanted, and I was like looking, okay, there was these little handful of Pokemon that if they made it down to me, okay, I would take them. But of course they didn't, because it's a good one, so they were taken way before my pick, so, you know, I was left standing there like, I don't know what to do. But I wanted a bird. Yes, that was my criteria going into this. I wanted a bird. And I was torn between 2, because obviously, if you've been here from that time, I used Mega Pidgeot in the UBL Season 2, and I really liked using it, and, you know, it's a good Mega, especially for its price. Like, it's so solid. But there was also this other bird that I wanted to try, and, you know, I will already spoil, it's Tornadus, and they have the same base speed, so, you know, that's kind of, you know, iffy. And obviously Tornadus, they can run items where, you know, Pidgeot can't, but Pidgeot can land hurricanes where Tornadus can only sometimes land hurricanes. It was a bit of a toss-up. So something that became very common during the draft was that I took this little coin here, and I literally flipped it to make my decisions. And I think at the end of the day, it made some quite good decisions for me, because I was not able to do it at all. And I think it is a blessing from above, this one, or below, I don't know yet, we'll see. And, you know, it made some good decisions. So the coin decided that the first round pick and our bird for the team is Tornadus. Which, you know, I'm excited to use it. Like, I've seen it be used, I've never once used it before, and it'll either go really well or it will go really bad. I don't know. It can't go too bad. You know, I should land hurricanes at least like 30% of the time. At least. Max 60. I'm never going to hit the 70 mark, let's just face it. But yeah, picked it, like, you know, it's fun. Generator, I haven't used those a lot, so, you know, getting to try it U-turn, and, you know, it gets nice coverage. Like, it's a good bird. He's a good bird. Like, look at him. He's green, and he's a bird. What's not to like? Second pick, you know, I wanted something that paired well with Tornadus, so, you know, a fighting type for steel types, pretty nice, right? And again, I was torn between 2, but at the end, I don't remember if the coin made the decision. I don't think it did. Maybe it did. I don't know, but there was this Pokemon that was still there when it came back to my turn, and I was like, that Pokemon is really good. And, you know, I have used it once before, and I wanted to, you know, use it again because it's so solid and it's Mega Law Bunny. And, you know, if that sits there around 2, like, that's pretty solid. And, you know, it's a good fighting type, and normal stab is pretty damn sweet, and it gives me a lot of speed already. Like, look at that speed. My team is fast. It hits hard, and it's just fast. It doesn't hit that hard. It hits decently hard, and it's fast. So you know, I couldn't let it pass. That's basically the thing. Like, it was there, I could not let it pass, I picked it. Round 3, okay? There was this thing, and, you know, it was one of those where, okay, this is a Pokemon that I would like to try, and it's still there. I'm gonna take it. Like, that was the logic. And the good thing is, you know, it is a Stealth Rock. I don't want to force it to run rocks. But last time I said that was about a Mega Dancy that I didn't want to force it to run rocks, and it ran rocks basically every week. So don't trust that. But like, it can be defensive, it can be offensive, it can be like physically offensive, it can be specially offensive. It can do all these things. So, you know, it's very versatile. That's a good word. It's versatile. And also has decent coverage, which, you know, is nice because both Tornadus and Necrozma now has that. And I would think it gets Trick Room. I don't know if it gets Trick Room. Would I use Necrozma and Trick Room? I'll probably not use Necrozma and Trick Room, but it could get it, so, you know, it is what it is. So for round 4, I was sitting there, and, you know, I was looking at my team, and I was kind of looking at, okay, what other things do I want on the team, and how can I support those things the best? So I ended up going with Jolster, because Sylveon had been taken like a little before, and I was like, okay, I want a good Wish Passer, obviously. And, you know, Vaporeon does it pretty good, and is a bulky water type, and is something that I wanted to use, but it got hard snipe from me in New Build Season 2. Which reminds me, this was not how the team was supposed to look. Before I picked Necrozma, I had my eyes on this beautiful little mole, also known as Excadrill, and it was sniped. So all my dreams got destroyed, and I had to adapt, and that was pretty sad. But I picked Vaporeon. Makes up for it, maybe, not really. I mean, it can take a hit from Excadrill. It can take a hit. That solves it. But you know, Wish Passer, Toxic, Scald, Roll. I said Scald, Ice Beam. Yeah. It's pretty, like, it's relatively similar in what it does. But you know, one day I'm going to bring a Choice Scarf, Vaporeon, or Choice Specs or something, and I'm going to rip someone's team apart. Because, you know, I think it has like 110 special attack, which, that's solid. That is solid. Okay, so round 5. I went with Incineroar. Used Incineroar in UBL Season 3. I love this thing. It's so good in VGC, and it's also so good in singles that it's super silly. Like, it was the kill lead of my team. It had 6 kills more than the second place, which was Katana. Also, mind you, it was my C captain, so, you know, C Snatch kind of tearing through a couple of souls. But still, like, it was a Pokemon that I really enjoyed using, and it's good. That's the reason why this thing is the most used thing in VGC. Basically, since it got Intimidate, and, you know, typing is nice. It helps me with the steel types that, you know, Lopunny can break, but maybe not always the best, because, you know what, there's the power gap between Drain Punch and a high jump kick can be a bit of a bummer, so, you know, having reliable Flablets, pretty nice. And, you know, Dark type, so we don't get bodied by Psychic types. Though I don't know that we can get bodied by Psychic types when we're having a Necrozma, but, you know, a Dark type is nice. I learned that the hard way. Round 6. I don't remember what I picked round 6. Oh, I think I might do. Yeah, I picked Dragalge. Because I needed a ground poison type. And there was not any grounded poison types that I liked. Other than Dragalge. So that was the main reason. And it also gave me a dragon type. And it gave me Toxic Spikes, which is, you know, could be pretty useful for something like Lopunny and Tornadus to kind of get to break through teams and for the Necrozma to like set up and they get worn down and everything's great. And, you know, just for itself. And adaptability, pretty nice. Pretty special bulky, obviously pretty good. Decent coverage. So, you know, it's my little algae. It's nice. Is it no, it's more like a seahorse. I don't know. I named it Isma from the Emperor's New. What was it called in English? New Groove? It's a New Groove? It might be New Groove. You know, just Google her, you'll find her. I thought it very fitting. Number 7, I picked my steel types, and it was so silly. Like, after Celestina and Excadrill went, I was looking at steel types, and I liked nothing but this thing. And it's so silly because I picked something that has 2x4 weaknesses, but you know, it's still, like, it's good. Like, this thing can steamroll for itself, and it is a steel type, and it does give me a secondary rocker. And it's spooky as heck, and give that thing a berry, and you know, the weakness is not that big of a problem. So, yeah. And again, like, it gives Trick Room, and suddenly, you know, I have Incineroar that hits hard on Trick Room, I have Dragalge that can hit hard on the Trick Room, and I have this thing that can do it for itself. Seems pretty solid, right? Right. Right. And I have some good fighting resistances. And ground... I have 1 immunity currently. We fixed that up. Excuse me, a little bit. At least. And next pick. This was the last... No, it was the second last pick I really planned. Yeah, it was the second last. I wanted a ground type, you know. And again, I already spoiled what the result is, but I had this trusty little coin because I was so tossed up between Mudsdale and Pillorswain. And in the end, the coin picked Mudsdale, and I don't think it's a bad pick because obviously I have 3 fighting weaknesses already, and Pillorswain would just be another one. Whereas this thing is weak to ice, which Pillorswain wouldn't be, but like ice is a bit more manageable because you know Vaporeon just eats those for days, and Incineroar doesn't care about them. So that's pretty solid. But yeah, we end up with this thing, you know, another rocker. It's thick, like look at that. It's not a horse that I would personally want to own. I'm more into the thoroughbred kind of type. But you know, it's a horse and I like a horse and it was meant to me and it's destiny. And this thing is on the team and it's going to do well. I can already feel it. But the thing was, there were a decent amount of like, actually pretty cheap ground types. Which, you know, I was a bit expensive towards the start of the draft. And that is kind of paying itself back now. But honestly, like, Mudsdale is good, especially because we have the wish support. Like, the wish support on Incineroar, Dragalge, Stack Attack, and this thing, that could prove to be so valuable, because otherwise it's only Tornadus and Necrozma that really heals herself. So getting that support on these Pokemon, I think it's going to be very valuable, and it's going to make them better than the price actually is. Because one of the problems with them are, of course, that they don't heal themselves. So, you know, wish support, I think it's going to be good. Then we have Whimsicott. It was the last Pokemon that I had really planned that I wanted, because I have 1 Defogger. That's Tornadus. And Tornadus doesn't like rocks. And it doesn't like to run Defog every week. So, you know, I went and grabbed Whimsicott. It's my grass type, it's my fairy type, it's a Defogger. It doesn't hit that hard, but it's speedy and it's super annoying to deal with. I think that describes Whimsicott pretty well. It's super annoying to deal with. And you know, it gives me a speed tip that's a little bit of under Tornadus. Like, it's not like great, we still have a little bit of a gap. But it gives me some of the things that are still needed. So now we have like Fire Water Grass Core, we have Fairy Steel Dragon Core, and it looks solid. So this are the last 2 picks where I was a bit like, I have some weaknesses to patch up. Like the ground weakness is still there, that's not too great. And my not fire weakness, I have 1. My fighting weakness was a bit like, you know, I have resistances, and I also have some that are pretty decent. Dragalge. Tornadus also kind of, but you know, it's not fully there. You know, it's not perfect. And you know, especially because Whimsicott doesn't really want to take them, and a lot of, you know, fighting types, they get poison jabs, so Whimsicott is not feeling great about that, let's just say it like that. So I went with regular Rotom. You know, it fits both of them, it's immune to both of the weaknesses that I had, and this thing, you know, it can Toxic, it can Thunder Wave, it can Will-O-Wisp, and then it can begin to Hex things, because then suddenly it actually does damage, because that goes to like 120 or 130 base power or something. You know, that could be pretty good actually, and especially for something that's this cheap. It's 40 points, and it's another Defogger. Woo for the Defoggers. Yeah, I didn't get a spinner. They weren't really that great, those who were left. So Rotom just patching up weaknesses, giving some utilities, and it actually does have some matches where it looks pretty good to bring in, so that should be fun to try and use. Like, of course, little brother Rotom, a bit faster, a bit weaker. It can still do things. Hopefully. So last pick, the coin went into action again. My primary goal with this pick was, I was looking at the other teams, and I was looking at things like Pokemon that are like 100, yeah, basically from like 100 base speed up to 115. They can be like, they can be modest if they want to, or adamant or whatever. And that did not feel too great. So I wanted to at least force some of them to not be, you know, plus attack or special attack nature. And you know, 60 points is last round. There isn't that many things left to do. Like, there was a lot of Pokemon that were either like too slow or too fast, but like basically nothing at that speed tier which was actually that good. So the coin made a decision, because I was looking at 2 Pokemon especially. And this is going to sound silly because we just drafted a ghost type, but those were Mismagius and it was Frostlass. And you know, they are ghosts. They are ghosts. And they were a bit like interchangeable in that regard, but I was feeling Frostlass a little bit more because like it gives me an ice typing, which so many of the best Pokemon are weak to ice, and I don't really have the best ways to actually hit those because obviously I don't have an ice type. The only thing that really gets an ice move is Vaporeon. So I was a bit like, yeah, no. Also because it grants us a Dracalia. No. And the coin agreed. We picked Frostlass, and that rounds up the team, and you know, it gives me spikes. That's also quite nice, right? Right. Hits a lot of things hard. Not that hard, but you know, it has good stabs, basically. And I can say, through personal experience, that this thing is the best little Sealer counter in the game. So, you know, we also fixed that, so that's great. So that's the team. I'm quite excited, and as I said, battles begin next week. We are up against Under the Radar and his Maryland? Yeah, Maryland to Terrapins. See me remember things. So that should be an exciting match. So I hope you guys will follow the season and, you know, enjoy this and leave it a like and subscribe and whatever the heck I could otherwise find out to say, and join the Discord server, because I was just pointing out that I should say that. Yeah, I have a Discord server. That's nice, because we're doing Wi-Fi battles too. So, you know, if you want to battle me there, better join. But yeah, I will stop talking. So, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the fact that the coin did take one last pretty important decision for us, because we had to pick sea capsules, and we could pick one, you know, or you could pick as many as you want, as long as they're like worth 200 points max. And I was torn between Tornadus, and picking Incineroar Second Tiger, for example. And you know, the coin made the decision because, you know, I used Sea Snatch Incineroar, and you know, I had a lot of fun with it. Then, you know, Simu can help Second Tiger begin to like really steamroll. But at the end, the coin decided Tornadus, and I did, like, I think both options would have been good, because, you know, obviously Tornadus has a lot of, you know, different coverage that makes this really nice, whereas the others, you know, that's also something that I realized, especially Second Tiger, you know, it wants to run like the air balloon or the berries or whatever often, so I don't think that often Seamoose would be super useful on it, and, you know, Sea Snatch would be good on us in a role, like, in some matchup, but it also has a lot of matchups where it's like a bit more iffy and you really want something else on it. Whereas Tornadus, like, you know, it gets so much different coverage, and for offensive sets, I think Seamoose is really good because you know, I get Fire EMC, Fight EMC, something else EMC, Fly in EMC with Hurricane, so I don't have to miss all my Hurricanes. That is also quite nice. So that was just like a thing that I had completely forgotten, and I had some recording, and it's been like 30 minutes, and I just remembered that I didn't say anything about it. So that's the Sea Captain, and that's the team. So now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Keep it cool. Bye.